Hello, everyone. Welcome to Edu Talks 2.6. I'm Dr. Vasavvi Acharjya, and today I will be speaking on parent-school partnership, creating an enabling environment in early childhood years. This is indeed a very crucial topic because when we see a child, we immediately think of the child's education, as parents. So, as parents, we want to give the best to our children. And in this world where there are so many, kind of opportunities that are available for children, school is again a very, very crucial element where I feel both the parent and the school need to work in collaboration and in partnership to bring out the optimal development of the child in their early childhood years. So, as parents, we should never confuse one thing. We should never feel that now that I've admitted my child into a good preschool, I don't have any more responsibilities. It is never like that. Our responsibilities as parents extend beyond, and it goes on for a very, very long time. And similarly, a school has certain kind of responsibility towards the parents. And today I would be talking about that how can a beautiful collaboration, a partnership can be built between the school and the parent, where the child who is our, when we talk about this, we call it the golden triangle. And the child is on the top of the triangle, and how we can maximize the child's potential and maximize the child's positive learning um, environment. So allow me to share the screen. Well, so we are very aware about the early childhood period, the period from birth to 7 to 8 years, which are very crucial for a child's development. And when we talk about a child being born from the zero years onwards, initially the first teacher of the child is the parent and the environment around the child. So when the parents are taking care of the child, they need to know a lot about what happens during these years, which sometimes some parents may not feel that they are as crucial, because we tend to kind of associate the educational journey of the child with the child's development, but it is not so. During these crucial years, the child learns the core values. The brain architecture is formed during these very crucial years, and their cognition, language, sense motor, personality, all kind of developments happen. And how do we enhance? How can we provide and give the best to these children at this time as parents is again very crucial. And then we see that while we are, hand holding our child and giving them the best possible in our means, the child approaches about 2 to 3 years and they are all set to step into a preschool. And there comes the role of the teacher, the second teacher of the child. So when we look at this whole equation, the dynamic of the student, the teacher of the school, and the parent, it looks like a triangle, and we call it the golden triangle. Because here the teacher, school, and the parent, they collaborate and communicate. They need to do that in order to understand what is best for the child, what the school is doing, what the parents are expected to do, what the should be expecting from the school end, and then the teacher and the student, which is again a very core component, because the teacher supports the student's learning process and also provides feedback, and then the parent and the student, which is basically a lifelong process of the child's development and stepping into adulthood and so forth. But today I would be talking about two crucial elements. Those are the teacher and parent relationship and the parent and the student, basically. So when we look at this triangle, it is very evident that we both, I mean, the parent and the school, they want the best for the child, the student who is at the top of the triangle. This partnership should be strong, focused, and positive to support student learning. That is what is said by Craig Camp. So I come to this wonderful slide which says, children are the priority, change is the reality, and collaboration is the strategy. So these three C's, the powerful components of parent-teacher partnership, let's look into it. One is communication, I've already mentioned, consistency, and collaboration. So when we analyze these three C's, we can understand how best we can provide or how best we can, bring this partnership and make it, most optimal. So moving on, if we look at the communication bit, regular communication between the school and the parent is very important. During these early childhood years, children are very small. They are not able to tell or express what they have been learning, what is their learning experience, what is it that the school is trying to do with them, or what is it that they have absorbed during their stay during the school term or the school period. So a parent and the teacher can communicate in various ways in whatever suits them. Because some parents, we see that they regularly visit the school. So there's a one-on-one communication where they get an appropriate feedback. So feedback, when we talk about feedback, it is not only about a parent-teacher meet that happens quarterly or maybe, once in 6 months, but it is about the regular updation, regular development or the kind of assessments that are being done by the school. So a teacher may choose to communicate through an email, through one-on-one, or through a telephonic conversation, depending on the timing that they fix up. But communication is integral to this partnership, to this collaboration. And then we talk about the consistency. The school, different schools have different curriculums, different schools practice different kind of pedagogies with they believe in it. And we know that a school plans an age specific curriculum which is good for the child's development. That is what is expected of the school. And also the school needs to see whether the child is able to kind of understand the relationship between what they're learning and trying to integrate it with real life. So what are the opportunities the parents are providing at home is again very crucial. What kind of environment the child has. So a lot needs to be discussed because the parent need to understand that what is best for the child during these years. I feel that parent awareness sometimes is not so much, and it is in fact very crucial that parents kind of learn more about the child's needs during these years. One needs to be involved in school, the educator, at home, the parent, and they need to support the child. Also, never ever should we compare a child to another child. So these kind of consistent, consistency in the parent and teacher partnership where things are done, which is kind of done regularly, and this consistency needs to be maintained. And also the parent need to ask the right question to the child. What did you do in the class today? What were you learning? What was your experience? Did you feel happy about what you learned? And was this experiment or was this outdoor activity really kind of, fun for you. So there are a lot of ways in which the parent can involve the child, can be involved in the child's learning process. And this needs to go on consistently and not only for specific timing or specific period. And then we come to collaboration. Uh, we talk about the curriculum. We talk about, this is how we go about it, or we are teaching in the playway method, or we follow a thematic curriculum. We are doing the themes, multidisciplinary approach. So the parents need to understand what is being done with the child, and in order to understand that, there needs to be a transparency in the relationship between the parent and the school or the teacher. So what are we trying to, what are the outcomes? Why are we doing this? The parent very much need to understand. Otherwise, they would, they would not find the kind of use of that particular or specific activity or the specific instructions that have been given to the child. So this communication again for is important, the collaboration, and to take that forward, what is being done in school and what and how the parent can support the child in that learning process at home. And then a lot needs to be planned to solve problems. Every child, they have their strong points and weak points, and they have their strengths and weaknesses. So how do we kind of solve the weaknesses of the child and try to strengthen those areas? There we need to plan and solve the problem. The parent also needs to educate themselves about the latest developments. So what is being, what is happening, and so they need to have an interest, and then they can ask the teachers, then why is this being done? What is happening? What is the latest research? Why do you think this activity is so important, for my child? And how are they benefiting from such activities? So educating oneself and being a companion to the child. And at times, it's very important to volunteer, because once you're a part of the school, you get to understand what is happening in the school. And it is like, you are a part of the child's learning process. So it's such an empowering experience. It's so wonderful to be a part of the child's learning process. So parents can opt to volunteer and, be part of activities that which are planned for the school annually. And coming to another crucial thing, times are changing. Post-COVID, everything has almost changed in leap and bound. And I feel that there's a paradigm shift in how we are implementing education, or how technology has taken over. And these changes actually are for the good, and some may not be so desirable, because it again depends on how we take it. So I would be, talking about some focus areas that need to be given attention by the parents as well as by the school. So what the child needs most today, this is something I just came up, with while I was doing this, getting this presentation ready, because I feel that with the uh, I would not say onset. Technology has always been a part of it, but there is too much of technology in our lives as of now, in the post-COVID period. And we have seen that children play less. They do play, but they play with gadgets. They play in a sedentary manner. They do not move. They do not do too much of, physical activity. But at the same time, during these early childhood years, the child needs a lot of sensomotor activities. They need to develop the fine motors and gross motor skills, and they need to play, and more of play should happen in their everyday lives. And I also feel that screen time, we are very happy to see our children such becoming such techies, but at the same time, the screen time needs to be limited, because it kind of may have some repercussions if it exceeds, or if it becomes a priority in a child's life. So as parents, how can we reduce the screen time? Which we just can't go about telling them, don't get involved in a device or something. But At the same time, if we get involved with them in certain activities which are more physical, where they are running, doing something, fetching something, or in art or in any kind of performing art, visual art, uh, an activity, a STEM activity, anything that would keep them away from technology, where they have also some, kind of way in which they can express, uh, kind of visualize, do things on their own. So it's very important for them to be involved in, in a way where the whole body is involved. And yes, we cannot do away with technology. We don't want to, but again, we need to expose them to child-friendly resources. Another very important aspect is the 21st century skills. Children need to develop communication. We have seen that too much of screen time has lessened one-on-one communication. We are, on our screens talking with people. Yes, we are communicating, but it's not on a one-on-one basis where we kind of understand each other's emotion. But here we are just on a device and we don't even know whether what's happening on the other end, yet we are conversing, but it's not communication, I feel, in the true sense. Collaboration. In order to collaborate, we need to teamwork, we need to get involved in activities together. So we collaborate, we express, we talk about what we have seen. Critical thinking, again, these activities that I was mentioning, there's a lot of critical thinking that can be involved even in a STEAM activity. We have these STEAM labs, and children come and they really think. Creativity is another very core element of a child's development. And then problem solving and decision making. So once a child knows to think critically, they can also move forward to its problem solving. And then we are already there. We are there to, kind of scaffold, help them to understand, to decipher, to solve a problem, or at least help them in solving the problem. And then decision making, another important, very core 21st century skill that a child needs. So here, when we see that these are very crucial things, a role model again. As parents, our words, our actions, our core belief have very important part in our child's life, because the words we tell them, the motivating words when we say you're good, you're doing so much better, you can do even better, and the child gets motivated. And these kind of positive words, positive conversation can actually enable a child to move forward, to move out of the comfort zone. And actions, our actions. If I tell my child, do not be too much involved in the screen, and I am at the same time being completely involved, absorbed in a gadget or in my phone, I am not actually, setting the right example. My action speaks. So we need to model the right behavior in front of our child or our children so that they learn from what they see. So I believe that we should practice what we preach and preach what we practice, which is very important. And our core beliefs, what we believe is very important. And we also, as parents, as educators, need to understand where we are coming from, where our thoughts are coming from, and maybe sometimes kind of change our thought pattern if they are not very positive. And then again, coming to mindfulness and focus, which is so important. Label and understand one's emotion. I've been talking about SEL, social emotional learning, in so many of my sessions, and how a child needs to understand one's emotion in order to self-regulate, in order to exercise self-control, in order to deal with feelings. And then there's a lot about empathy, gratitude, respect, tolerance, all of it, which plays a vital role in a child's life, because one needs to be empathetic, loving, filled with gratitude, respect, tolerance, and that would enable a child to bloom into an individual who is a good citizen, a global citizen, somebody who has the humanitarian side in spite of wonderful work that they are doing, but they are doing it for humanity, for bringing something positive to the other person's life. And here we need to be inculcating or incorporating mindfulness into the child right from the early childhood years. And I feel that raising a child is like, I so much actually, kind of think that this is a wonderful quote by Lisa, who says that raising a child is like planting a seed and watching it grow into a beautiful flower. And that is what we educators, we fraternity, the educational fraternity is trying to work on, to enable our children to become wonderful individuals, wonderful, bloom into beautiful flowers that can, that is actually the hope of the world. And they are the ones who in next 20 to 25 years is going to be the leaders. And I feel that for this, the school, the parent, and the child, they're crucial components of this entire ecosystem that I've been talking about. And I feel that yes, the parent school partnership, if done well, if done with the right manner, in the right manner and tone, can be very, very crucial, and it can really enhance a child's learning process, a child's learning experience. And that is what I wanted to talk about today in ECDF Edu Talks 2.6. And I hope this would help you in some way or the other. And let us build this partnership, a very strong partnership, and go ahead. I feel, yeah, this is a weekend, and I wish you all a very, very wonderful weekend, and more power to all of us, more power to this educational fraternity that has been working hard to make the lives of the little ones better in every way possible. Thank you for joining me, Dr. Vasavvi Acharya, signing off. Thank you.